Christopher Froggin is the first segment of the 25th episode of the first season of My Friends Tigger and Pooh. And this one is a fun story. It's not a personal favourite because I do prefer the ones with a stronger mystery where we actually as viewers have to try and solve it. Whereas this one is very clear to the viewers from the beginning, but not to the others. That being said, I was curious to see how they'd figure this one out, and I did not expect it to go in the direction that it did, so there will be some spoilers as I talk about what happens at the end of this episode, because it was pretty good fun. Christopher Robin, at the beginning of the episode, is looking in his box, and he's got all sorts of things in there, and his frog is in this box, and he has lost his bracelet. So off he goes to try and solve his problem, and the frog hops away. Meanwhile, Darby is practicing magic, and she casts a spell, and she accidentally thinks, because Christopher Robin's bracelet is around the frog, she thinks that the frog is Christopher Robin, and she thinks that she has turned Christopher Robin into a frog. And throughout the episode, with the help of the others, she has to try and work out how to turn him back from a frog. Of course, we, the viewer, know that he isn't a frog. And I was keen to see how they'd figure this one out. And what ultimately happened, we actually find out from Christopher Robin what happened. He explains to them, so they find out from him. But before that, they decide to throw a party for the frog. If the frog they think is Christopher Robin, fair enough, but I just wasn't expecting to see a frog party. And it's delightful, it's beautifully animated, it's really good fun, and we have all of this love and appreciation for Christopher Robin, which of course is really delightful to see, and it was ultimately a really good fun episode, and I think everything flowed really well. The pacing was great. I like how ultimately they learned from Christopher Robin what had happened. So not too bad at all. As I said, not necessarily a personal favourite, because my favourites are the ones where it's not obvious to the viewer. I mean, sometimes it is, but in general, it's not completely obvious to the viewer what is happening or what the mystery is, and they're personally the ones that I prefer. But that being said, I still thought Christopher Froggin was a pretty decent episode.